Great. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, if you're somewhere else. So I think this is a great pleasure for me to have this opportunity to introduce, LONGi and LONGi Solar and also our advanced, mono PERC module to you. Hopefully, with this webinar, we can get a better idea, about our company, about our product, and then hope, you will like it, and then we can, continue our collaboration for the future. So first, part of my presentation will focus on the LONGi company. And so first is the history. I think LONGi has been in business for the last 19 years, right? We are the dedicated mono supplier, right? We have been always focusing on mono and mono technology, and hope that, we have been trying to demonstrate the value of mono and then enable the, the current, market shift from multi to mono, right? So LONGi was founded back in 2000, and for the first 14 years until the end of 2014, LONGi was focusing on the mono ingot and the wafer manufacturing only. And we went public in 2012, and about in 2013, we became the largest mono wafer supplier globally to the solar industry. So at the end of 2014, our management decided to expand into mono cell and module business so that we can get closer to our customers and then demonstrate value of mono technology to our customers. So at that time, we acquired a small company in China, module manufacturing in China with a capacity of 200 megawatts. Since then, we within the last been business 5 years, we are able to ramp up our capacity from 200 megawatts to currently more than around 15 gigawatt mono modules, and we are on our way to ramp up to 25 to 30 gigawatt in the next couple of years. So last year in 2018, and we became the fourth largest module supplier globally, right? So we are last year was the fourth year we are in module business. The first year was 2015. We shipped close to 1 gigawatt of mono modules, and 2016 that number became 2.3 gigawatt. We doubled that to 4.7, and in 2017, by 2018 last year, we shipped more than 7 gigawatt of mono modules. And by PV Tech's tally, I think we are number 4 in terms of global module shipment last year. And now, we have been, trying to expand very aggressively in the last couple of years. And here's our capacity expansion plan for the next couple of years. So currently, by the end of this year, we hope to reach mono ingot and wafer capacity of 36 gigawatt, mono module capacity of 16 gigawatt. Probably one of the top capacity, top module suppliers with the most, capacity. And we are on our way to expand our mono wafer capacity to 65 gigawatt and the module capacity to 30 gigawatt in the next 2 years. LONGi may not be well recognized in US, right, for our end customers, and so but LONGi has been here for serving the solar industry for the last 19 years. On this slide, on the right hand side, these are customers for our ingot and the wafer business. You probably have recognized that almost all the tier 1 module suppliers actually are our customers and through the history, right? So we are kind of relatively new in the module business, but our materials, the wafers we produce, have been widely used, for the whole solar industry in the last, 19 years. And so basically in the last 5 years, we're able to expand our module business right? And on the left-hand side, these are our major, I list a few major module customers. And the bottom are most of the major IPPs and developers in China, and that's where we started. In the last couple of years, we have been able to expand aggressively overseas, right? So we have enlisted many top developers and EPCs and globally. In US, we have your Sunrun, Baywa, Energy, and then a few others. So our mother company is LONGi Green Energy Technology Company. We always consider ourselves as a technology company, and we have been, managed that way. And I'll show you, a couple slides, I illustrate that. And our company have three main, business units. One is the LONGi Silicon, focusing on mono ingot and wafer manufacturing. LONGi Solar, focusing on mono cell and module. And we also have a downstream developing business and focusing on Chinese, PV market. Our headquarters is in China, in Xi'an of China, and then most of our manufacturing capacity are located in China. But for the US market, the modules are made in Malaysia. That's where we have overseas manufacturing capacity. LONGi has established, a branch office in US, in Europe, Japan, and Mexico, Australia, and then a few other, locations. One of the strengths, the biggest strength of LONGi is a very strong financial performance. For the last, since we went to public in 2012, we have been able to grow our revenue more than 60% every year on average, right? And then the profit is very, enable very healthy, profit. Last year, with a 3.3 billion, revenue, we were able to, generate net profit of more than 386 million, US dollars. We expand very aggressively, but we also grow very healthy, right? We are always trying to, our management very conscious about financial stability, financial performance, and so our debt ratio actually is maintained between 50 and 60%, which is in a very healthy, range, and then compared to most of our competitors. As a matter of fact, we are, in terms of market cap, we are the largest among all PV manufacturers, right? The next two are probably like so the next one is First Solar, about maybe half of what we have in terms of market cap. We're right now sitting probably about somewhere for the last, a few months, we've been fluctuating between 12 and then 16 billion, US dollars. We are listed in Shanghai Stock Exchange. LONGi actually is one of the most bankable brands. Even, we have been only in the module business only 5 years, right? So this is the summary of, the Bloomberg New Energy Finance bankability report. And this year, if you look at the survey they did with all the investors, the customers, developers, and more than 90% of them consider LONGi is bankable, right? So we are always try to, improve that even further. And then here's another analysis on PV tech, right? They just have this announcement, a few weeks back that LONGi is one of the most bankable branding in the PV industry. They have a little bit more sophisticated, analysis, analyze all the PV manufacturers on their databases. They analyze a few hundred module, suppliers, right? Out of those, only 14, right? Total of 14 was able to make to, B and above, right? Out of those 14, only 4 were ranked AA. This is top rating they can, so far, right? Being able to anyone can achieve. So we are one of the top 4 with the AA rating, right? The other 3 I listed here is Jinko, First Solar, and Canadian. And so basically we are, in the last few years, we have been able to improve our, ranking progressively, right? Because we started our module business back in 2014. So that's why we have, so for the last few years, we have been to improve our ranking by improve our capacity, improve our productivity, improve our performance and our marketplace. So that's why nowadays, LONGi is considered one of the most bankable brand in the PV industry. Right. Also, our financial health has been well recognized by the industry, right? And this is another report by Bloomberg New Energy Finance. They publish this on a quarterly basis. LONGi has been consistently ranked among the top, right, for the financial health performance among all PV manufacturers. And I think last quarter, I think this was more like a Q2, they published a report in Q3 and we're ranked at number 1, right? You can see that many of our peers actually, are the tails of these plots, and some of them actually not in a healthy condition. This is because of our management always, consider the financial health as the best warranty from a PV manufacturer. Our PV product, our modules, we offer a warranty of 25 to 30 years. So warranty of our company is much longer than that. So always consider the financial health of companies. That's the best warranty that any PV manufacturer can offer. The warranty terms, if the company does not exist, and it's not in healthy condition, then the value of a warranty will be discounted greatly. Right? So how did we achieve, such strong financial performance? This is actually done through consistent investment in the R&D. And so we have been, since beginning of the, inception of the company, and management has been very conscious about, that we need to be a technology leaders, right? We invest 5 to 7%, consistently invest 5 to 7% of our revenue into the R&D. And so in the last couple of years, right, 2017, we invest more than 170, million, and last year was more than 180 million US dollar. We are the top spender in terms of R&D spending among all PV manufacturers. Just for comparison, most of our peers invest 1 to 1.5% of revenue into the R&D. This consistent investment in the R&D really help us to develop a product with a better performance but a lower cost, which enable us to deliver the strong financial performance and through the history. Right, we have been very consistent. So our R&D spending, grow with our revenue growth. The ratio has always been like between 5 and 7%. So the consistent investment in R&D help us to develop product with a leading performance, right? For example, we are focusing on the P-type PERC product, right? P-PERC and monofacial and bifacial. And at the beginning of this year, we have demonstrated, full size mono cell efficiency at 24%. This is a performance previously can only be achieved by advanced N-type technologies. Now the gap between P-PERC and the advanced N-type technology, the cell efficiency, that gap becomes smaller and smaller, right? And we also be able to demonstrate the module power output up to 450 watts and module efficiency more than 20.83%. And this is just a testament that our consistent investment in R&D really yielded a superior performance on the product. We doing this investment, we develop grow our company not just by our own. We form strategic partnerships with the advanced research institute, like a university research institute, and also with the material and equipment supplies. Right, these strategic partnerships form to address specific, manufacturing, issues we encounter during the manufacturing. These strategic, partnerships help us develop, optimize the process, improve productivity, reduce the cost, and then improve the performance. Okay. So the other aspect, our companies, our management is very conscious about social responsibility, right? We are in the green energy business. So we are making green product. And we also, our management also want to, establish that we are try to, enable us to do manufacturing in a green way, right? So that we can do green manufacturing. That's kind of a mindset, our management has. And so what we have been doing just, in the last few years, when we expand our capacity, right? We locate, we expand our business in those areas, right? In this case, it's in Yunnan province in China, that the grid is almost 100% powered by hydro, right? We take advantage of this low cost green energy to, power our factory, and then to, generate the green energy product and deploy globally, right? That's kind of the mindset. That's kind of the life cycle we're endorsing. That we think, going in the near future, when the energy storage cost is going to come down significantly, then at that time, not far future, you probably can combine the solar with energy storage, and that probably going to become the default energy source to power the grid. When that happens, we hope we can take advantage of the solar power to power our factory, and then create a solar product deployed globally. So we have this vision of solar for solar, right? On our website, there's a video clip that shows our solar for solar, vision. And, really this vision can really help us, down the road can further maybe, improve the local, ecosystems, and then have a much larger impact. So if you're interested, feel free, to go to our website. So that's kind of an introduction, to our company. And so next part of our presentation will focus on the product, right? So the product offering we have for the residential customers are half-cut mono PERC modules, right? We have both white backsheet and also black backsheet, black on black product. So we have two series so far right now. So one is the HIMO 3, which is more conventional size on the M2 wafers, and also the next generation HIMO 4, which the solar cells are made on M6 wafer. I will have a brief instruction on what's the difference in the next few slides. So basically, we have this main, next year we introduce this HIMO 4. So in both cases, both are half-cut mono PERC modules, and we are offering both white backsheet, black on white, and also black on black and format. So the product models are H60 HPB. This B represent the black, and HPH is the high power half-cut PERC modules with a white backsheet. So what's the advantage of mono PERC, right? So here for the normal, residential installations, we give example of 20, module system, right? I have a typical, small system for the resi market. And if you use a multi-module for the 285 watt, you only have 5.7 kilowatt, right, for the system. And then if you use our HIMO 3, which is mono PERC at the 315 watt, and so you can have 6.3 kilowatt output. If you, use next year when we introduce HIMO 4, which the module, power output will be 300, more like 360 watt per module. In that case, 20 modules. will generate 7.2 kilowatts. And the high efficiency, basically, mono PERC modules can increase the installation capacity, right? And with limited space, because rooftop is always a limited space, and this can effectively dilute the cost of, the BOS, right? The component, BOS component, the racking is pretty much the same racking and the cabling and transportation, installation, and as well as you can increase also with the higher power output, you can increase the revenue from the electricity generation, right? So this basically that's the advantage. The higher power have more revenue, can lower the BOS cost. That's the first advantage, right? The second is mono PERC modules actually yield higher, electricity compared to the multi or standard mono modules. And so this is I think TUV right now conduct this simulation contest on a yearly basis, and we have been always ranked #1 in terms of energy yield simulation, right? And so this was done basically they pull production modules, pull modules from production shipment, and then into the lab for measurement to generate pan file, and then use that pan file to simulate in 5 different locations globally, right? And on the right-hand side panel, you will see that it's the comparison of our mono PERC module versus, the multi-module, the best multi-module they have tested, right? You will see in general, the mono PERC modules generate 1 to 2% higher energy. This is the energy yield. This is the kilowatt hours for the same, normalized by the same kilowatt, right? In that case, the mono PERC modules generate higher energy yield. And this is because, a few factors, characteristics of the mono PERC module. The first, the temperature coefficient of the mono PERC module is relatively smaller, right? 0.7% per degree C of change versus multi modules of 0.42%. So you probably have known that the modules normally operate at the elevated temperature. When the temperature goes up, actually the module power, but actually the efficiency is getting lower. And so the rate of the change is measured by this temperature coefficient. So the smaller the absolute number of the temperature coefficient, the less of a degradation of the power of the module power at the elevated temperature. So that's the first benefit, the mono PERC modules, because of the intrinsic physical characteristics that result into better temperature coefficient, which shows better performance at the regular operating temperatures. Right. The second, advantage actually is the mono PERC modules because it's a higher efficiency. So more absorbed light was converted into electricity rather than heating up the module. So the operating temperature of the module is also relatively lower, especially at the top maximum irradiance level in the middle of the day. So that will also help with the lower operating temperature, the module operates a higher efficiency, so you have a relatively higher energy yield. And that's the second fact. The third fact actually is the mono PERC modules performs better at the low irradiance level, right? When we, if you on the top right-hand chart, that shows as the irradiance level goes lower from left to right, the relative energy yield of PERC module versus multi module is getting higher. So when the irradiance level is below 500, watt per meter square, and the PERC modules actually performs like 5 to 6% better than the multi modules. That's all normalized by the kilowatt nameplate, right? So basically, the mono PERC modules have higher power output, can lower the BOS, help to save the BOS cost, right? Which is very significant, for the residential, market. And on top of that, you have these somewhere between 2 to 4% higher energy yield with the, mono PERC module. So we have a system, tested in Hainan, in southern China, that, a year-round, energy yield monitoring show that, the mono PERC modules yield about 4%, higher compared to the multi modules at the same site, right? This is relatively hot, humid area. So the contribution was those 3 factors I, explained in the last slide. At LONGi as a company, and we make this high efficiency mono PERC modules. We're also very conscious about maintaining a good quality and reliability of our modules. Right, we have, send our modules to third-party labs to do extensive, reliability, testing. Right, so in the U.S. mostly, I think the PERC and the IETC. Right, for both both labs, actually our companies, the LONGi Solar is one of the 2 overall high achievers in IETC. This year's the first time PV module index, which they analyze, the modules from. They're doing extended reliability and then performance evaluation on the modules from all different PV manufacturers. And then we are one of the 2, overall high achievers. This overall, performance and at IETC. And then also, we also participate in the PVEL's PV module reliability scorecard. And for the last 4 years, we have been able to, earn our modules are able to earn top performer in 4 consecutive years in the PV module reliability scorecard. And this scorecard published every year. You can also check out, from PVL's website. And so basically, this is a reliability scorecard. They basically analyze all the modules, being tested at the PVL lab, right? And these are testing for extended reliability, not like a general IEC, certification requirement, right? This is a 2x or 3x of, or even sometimes the 4x of IEC requirement. So here you have a DH2000. This is damp heat, right? And basically cook the modules in 85 degrees C at 85% relative humidity, right? And for this case, 2,000 hours, and then see what's the power degradation of the module after this test. And also TC 800 is a thermal cycling, and for 800 ramp, the modules between -40 to +85 for 800 cycles, and to test the module performance and the power degradation, and also test the third one is the DML plus TC plus HF. This is dynamic mechanical loading, right, to simulate mechanical strength of the module, and through extensive testing. The last one was the PID 192, basically testing a PID performance for 192 hours. And so all our modules, right, all the LONGi product shipment, the BOMs are tested with a PQP or some equivalent test, right, going through those tests and then with the passing performance, right? And so we have been, ranked top performers. But top performers only 2% of the degradation after those extensive reliability testing, right? So our modules are among the top performers of all the extended, reliability testing. So that's kind of a good testament to show that our module product maintain a good quality and reliability. Right? We just don't randomly choose, any BOM materials to put into our module. And we are very conscious about, we're going to choose the BOM materials that can, really demonstrate good reliability and quality performance. That's why we're able to offer better warranty terms compared to our competitions. And the first, I think our mono PERC modules was offered first year degradation less than 2%. This is really enabled by our good process control and vertically integrated from ingot, wafer, cell, and module, enable us to deliver low LID performance and slow degradation performance, on our product. And then annual degradation is a 0.55% through the end of 25 years. So at the end of 25 years, the module power still maintain close to 85%. What does that bring to the customers, right? If you compare, our modules, like a 315 watt, right, with the first year 2% degradation, 0.55% degradation annually, and then compared to another module with the same 315 watt, but the 3% first year degradation, 0.7% annual degradation from the second year. You will see after the first year, our modules performance will be 3 watt higher, about 1%, right? And by the end of 10th year, our modules will be 7.4% higher, 7.4 watt higher, compared to the competition, right? By the end of 25 years, and the power difference is almost, is more than 14 watts, almost like a 5% of, the original power. See, that's what the better, better performance enable us to deliver better warranty terms, and which can, deliver better value to you, as customers. Okay, in the next 2 slides, I will run through some product features that, of our product, right? First, we talk about the HIMO 3M, right? So M is a monofacial, and we also have bifacial version, is a HIMO 3. Right, so this is based on the half-cut PERC technology, right? The half-cut really enable a higher power by basically reducing the working current by half in this every module, right? So the current running through each cell is cut into half because, it's each cell is cut into half. And so effectively reduce the resistance loss, which enable deliver higher power, right? So each module, the power is about 5 to 10 watt higher compared to the full cell version. That's how we achieve higher power with half-cut technology. And on top of that, half-cut, modules offers better energy yield and reliability, right? Less impact on the hotspot with half-cut design. This, with the half-cut module, we're able to, redesign the electrical circuit so that, it offers better shading performance. For example, if you install the module in the portrait format, that, if the bottom row of cell is shaded, then you lose 100% of the power for the full, cell version. But since, for the half-cut module, the top half and the bottom half are separated, they run in parallel. So even you shade the bottom 2 half cell row, you still get 50% of the original power output from the module. So this really offers, in some cases in the portrait installation, offers better shading performance that half-cut, module offers. The other one, when the hotspot, when there's a shading on the module, and you will experience some, hotspot situation. In that case, the half-cut modules offers, demonstrated lower hotspot temperatures. Basically, when hotspot happens, the temperature of hotspot actually about 10 to 15 degrees lower compared to the full cell module, right? With the lower hotspot, temperatures can really help, the modules to perform better and then to last longer, right? At the lower temperatures, the material degradation will be slower as well. So those kind of the benefit with this half-cut technology, right? And improve the power and improve the energy yield with the better shading performance, and also improve the reliability of the module. So next year, we introduce this HIMO 4. This is basically a mono PERC module on M6 wafers. The M6 wafers is the side to side, the edge to edge. That distance is 166 millimeter, as compared to M2, which is only 156.75 millimeter, right? So it's about 9 millimeters, wider. And so each cell is about 12% larger in area compared to, the M2 wafers that people normally use for nowadays, production. And so basically, this is the HIMO 4 upgraded the mono PERC technology. The cell efficiency is up to, 22.5%, 6 busbar, and better light, receptions. On the module, you can deliver the mono PERC module power up to 365 watts, right? So we offer both black on black and black on white versions. right? The black on black the power beam will be 5 to 7 watt lower compared to the white on black on white. What this is the HIMO 4 offers is basically brings even higher power and brings more revenues, and then can help to lower the BOS cost even further, right? So basically the same idea but extend to the next level. So with the HIMO 4, each module power rating can reach 360, 365, and somewhat, and then so really a big step up in terms of power output and each module can deliver. And for 2020, right, relatively for these kind of four main products and offer to the US market, you expect, for the HIMO 3, this is the current generation 60 cell black on white, and you can, the main power beam will be more like 315, 320 for next year, right? Module efficiency up to, around 19%. And for black on black, you're probably looking at the 310 and 315 watts. And and for the HIMO 4, we are expecting, for the black on white version of 360 and 365 watts, was black on black more like a 365 and 360 watt, 360 watt. And HIMO 4 are probably available for delivery in like beginning of Q3 or the end of Q2 of next year. Right. So the HIMO 4 modules are in terms the length and the width about 5 to 6% larger compared to HIMO 3, and overall area is about 12% larger. And so the weight is about, I think, 20 kilos versus 19 for the HIMO 3. So to summarize my presentation today, so basically LONGi is one of the most bankable PV module manufacturer, most bankable brand in the industry, and LONGi is built and meant to be sustainable, right? To stay here, to grow for the long run, right? The strong financial health and technology leadership is our differentiation. And this really differentiates us from our peers. And we always consider the financial health is the best warranty from a PV manufacturer. Our management very conscious about it. The whole company is managed, based on this foundation, based on this mindset. LONGi's HIMO 4 half-cut mono PERC modules will deliver up to 360 and 365 watt for the 60 cell format. The half-cut module reduces hotspot impact and improved energy yield with a better shading performance. And LONGi actually ensures good module quality and reliability. Very, very conscious about this, right? We only use quality, bond materials and design engineering are optimized for quality and reliability. All the production bombs are subjected to vigorous extended reliability testing, right? With this here DH2000, TC600, HF30, DML, PIDs, LID, and LETID. Right? We strive to perform very well in extended reliability testing. Our module warranty is ensured through solid financial performance and then the best quality and reliability of our product. Yeah, with that, I think that concludes my talk. And yeah, feel free if you have any questions.